and welcome to Exercise 13 of Chapter 4, Training Course Management, Part 1, Introduction. There will be several parts to this, possible 6 or more, depends on how much I can get into each video. We will create a training course management mini-app with full CRUD options, and the data will be securely stored and updated on the server. The objective: the system must allow scheduling and managing training courses, trainers, participants, and schedules while ensuring data consistency, proper relationships, and real-time UI updates. It should support adding, updating, and soft deleting records while enforcing constraints like trainer assignments and participant eligibility. Data flow must be structured through state management, API communication, and server-side processing to maintain integrity, prevent conflicts, and ensure scalability. Security considerations include ID handling, validation, and controlled data access. A detailed list of the requirements will be provided in the handout. Before we look at the end result, I just want to cover a few things. 1. Security. 2. Data flow. 3. Separation of concerns. 1. Security. Data will be stored on the server and can only be accessed via API. Plus server.js files will validate requests, preventing unauthorized changes. As we are running a local dev server, we will create a folder in the root of the Sizzle. Not in src nor static, but the root of Sizzle, where it is out of the reach of browsers. 2. Data flow. Since data is stored server-side, we need to consider data flow from the user UI client side to the server-side storage. I will cover this in more detail later, but briefly this is the data flow. User UI to, from signals to, from API request to, from API handler, plus server.js to, from data manager. We will use signals to update state. 3. Separation of concerns. We will break this app down into distinct layers. UI layer, signals, handles state, no direct data access. API layer, plus server.js, controls validation and request handling. Data layer, data managers, read-write to JSON data files. Within these layers, each component is distinct, serving a specific purpose, but there is duplication across courses, trainers, participants, and schedules, e.g., separate views, editors, signals, and data managers. This structure prioritizes simplicity and maintainability. Keeping components isolated reduces complexity and prevents changes in one area from unintentionally affecting others. Okay, that's enough chat, now let's see this in action. Open chapter for Exercise 13, Training Course Manager. You see a display showing the title with a navigation bar with schedules, course, trainees, participants, with the training schedules displayed. You can click the New Update Schedule button to allow an input of a new schedule. We will come back to this. Click it again to minimize. Note that it has actions update and delete next to each item. In this app, I am doing what I generally like to do with deletes, and that's a soft delete where I just set a flag to D. This will remove it from the display, but just result in a data update rather than deletion. Next you see a Show All button. This is a toggle between showing only scheduled courses or all. Click the Show All button. You now see 3 schedules, one completed so it does not appear by default, and one marked as deleted, which appears with a red background. The schedule display is in start date order. Okay, I will come back and add a schedule shortly, but first a quick look at the other navigation items. Click Courses to display a very similar layout and options. The display is in alphabetical order. I click on the delete icon for the second item for Advanced Legal Writing, ID 28, and it's removed from display. I click the Show Deleted and you see the deleted record with light red background. I click Delete icon again to toggle the deleted flag tick in the data, and that red background CSS no longer applies. I scroll down to Course Contact Management, ID 10. I click the Update Edit icon. The screen scrolls up to the New Year Update course section and is populated with the course details, which you can amend and save or cancel. With that section open, I click the Update Edit icon for the first course, ID 5. And the Update section now displays the details for that course. I click Cancel to close that update section. I click New Update Course button. Note this is now blank as you will be entering a new course. The trainer defaults to the first trainer. I click Cancel again. Next, Trainers. I click Trainers and again very similar layout and options. This is intentional so that a user familiar with one screen is automatically familiar with all similar screens. In this app, the trainers are selected from the participants. All employees are participants and all participants could be trainers. That's just the logic requirement for this app. So, if you click the New Update Trainer and then click Select Trainer and click the drop-down, you will see about 6 available trainers, which are the remaining participants not already set up as trainers. I click Cancel. Next, I click Participants. Again, very similar layout and options. Okay, that's a very quick overview of the mini-app. Now, let's schedule a new course given by CodeXS, an external participant that doesn't exist in our data yet. So first we need to add a new participant. I click Participant and New Update Participant. I enter CodeXS as name and choose Department External and click Add Participant. As this display is sorted by name, scroll down and you will see CodeXS. And if you look in the participants.json, you will see this has indeed been added to the JSON data file on the server. Okay, next, we need to set up this new participant as a trainer, so I open up Trainers. Click New Update Trainer. Click the drop-down and select CodeXS as trainer. In Expertise, let's put Svelte Kit 5. Click Add Trainer. And you will see that trainer about midway down the list sorted in name order. Next, we need to add a new course. Click Course, click New Update Course. Enter the following details. Name, data flow. Description, concepts in coding. Duration, 8. Trainer ID, code equals XS. Category, technology. Note, when all inputs complete, the Add Course button becomes available. Click Add Course. Now you have to scroll down a little to look for the data flow to see this has been added. And finally, we can now schedule this course. Open Schedule. Click New Update. Select and enter the following. Course, data flow. Trainer, accept CodeXS default. Start date, enter date minimum today, max 2 months from today. End date, enter minimum start date, maximum start date plus 5 working days. Status, accept default scheduled. Next, click Select Participants. Note that CodeXS is not showing because that is the trainer, so excluded. Select participants Alice and Tom. Click Add Schedule. Note that you now have a new course scheduled for Trainer CodeXS, Course Data Flow. And looking at the schedule.json, You see the details have been added, including a list of TUIDs for the participants. Okay, so that's a wrap on the introduction for this exercise mini-app. In the next video, I will cover the setup and components that will go to make up this app, and it might be the third video before we start going through the component code. So, the next video would be the setup. See you there.